Hey everybody, good game today. Let me introduce myself. I'm Morris Jones, Mojo. My friends all call me. It's a weird name, but you get used to it after a while. I picked it up in high school. In any case, I'm in Pasadena, California. I'm the managing director of the Pasadena Bridge Club. And if you ever come out to Southern California, come play in our club. It's a beautiful club, great place to play. PasadenaBridgeClub.com. And we're going to talk about the lesson hands tonight. And I'm going to mute everybody. Oh, everybody is muted. But please unmute yourself and ask a question. You can hold up a hand, but I may not see it. So just butt in and answer. It's ask. There's only a few of us here. 9. We can be friends. Let me share my screen and put up the hands for today that I'm covering. I also have a request for from Glenn for number 2 and number 5, and we'll look at those if I have time. I do have a class tonight. I'm teaching Bridge Basics 1 Introduction, class 4 at the Bridge Club. I've got 22 students, so I'm going to have to, I may have to cut I'm not unlimited in time anyway. So let's talk about board 3 to start with. Does everybody see me okay? Do I look all right? Yeah. Okay. You can see the board? So give me a thumbs up. You can see the board okay. Okay, good. There we are. Now I can see all of you. Okay, this is an interesting hand. I looked at the traveler for the hand, and in fact, here's the traveler for the hand. I noticed that, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 tables out of 7 found the 6 no trump. 1 went down, and we'll talk about that. Making it is not trivial. 2, 1, 2, 3 made the contract. That's really good. Somebody didn't want to play in no trump, so they played in hearts. And that's unlucky because you do not have 6 hearts. But let's talk about this hand in terms of the bidding, first of all, because South is the dealer and they're going to open at 1 diamond. This is a very flat 14-point hand. 1 more point and you'd open at 1 no trump. But as a 14-point flat hand, I'm perfectly happy to. My plan is to open 1 diamond and then rebid 1 no trump. Now, if you're sitting in the north seat and you're looking here at 21 points, that's a huge hand. And when your partner opens the bidding, you can't help but think slam. I mean, just doing the math, if partner has 12 points with my 21, that's 33. That's enough for a small slam. And what you really want to know is partner really 12 points or are they really like 16 points? In which case, maybe we should be in 7 no trump. But oftentimes, when you have a hand like this and your partner opens the bidding, you want to tell them about it right away. You want to make some bid that beats them over the head and say, I have this huge hand, partner. We've got to go to slam. But don't do that. Resist that temptation. Your bid should be 1 heart, 1 only heart. And as long as you're making a forcing bid, you're going to get another bid. What you really want to do is make a forcing bid and keep the auction as low as you can so that you can learn more about your partner's hand. You can learn what their strength and shape is like. And that's important because that's going to determine how high you go in this hand. And you might even discover that you have a heart fit. You shouldn't, uh, because partner only has 3 hearts. You only have 4. But when you say 1 heart with this hand, partner gives you the perfect bid to understand where to go. They say 1 no trump. Now, when partner rebids 1 no trump, they're saying A, they don't have 4 hearts to support you. B, they probably don't have 4 spades, although I might do it even with 4 spades. C, they're a balanced, all these things. I'm a balanced hand and I wasn't strong enough to open 1 no trump. So that puts it in a very precise range, 12 to 14 points. It's actually a 14-point hand. They're at the high end of their range. So with this 21-point hand, knowing that you don't have a heart fit, there's no reason to do anything other than bid 6 no trump. If you're thinking of asking for aces, you should remember that how you ask for aces in this auction would be to use the Gerber convention to say 4 clubs. But honestly, if you can count 33 points, you can't and it's all, you're both balanced hands. These are not points that are based on distribution. There's no shortness, there's no long suits. You're both having balanced hands. The points are all in high cards. And if you have 33 points in high card points, you can't possibly be missing 2 aces, because that would be 8 points that you don't have, and you're only missing 7. So just bid 6 no trump. There's no reason to do anything else. Now, how do you make 6 no trump? The opening lead here is going to be the 10 of clubs. And when we count our tricks, we have 2 in spades, 2 in hearts, that's 4. We got 4 in diamonds, that's 8. We've got 3 in clubs, that's 11. We only need one more trick to make this contract, and you've got 2 options to get it. One is this spade finesse here on the jack of spades. If you lead a low spade and you put in the jack and it works, that's your 12th trick. The other possibility is that the hearts could break 3-3. And if they do, the 4th heart in the north hand will be your 12th trick. And the cool thing is that you have a chance to try them both, but you have to do it a little bit carefully. Let's say that we start by winning the club trick in our hand with the king. You want to immediately start out with the hearts, because I'm going to do something that you might not have thought of, and that is I'm going to give them a heart trick. And that's a scary thing to do when you're in a slam, is to give them a trick. But if the hearts actually work, we're going to have to lose one trick anyway. So let's lose the first one rather than the third one. Because honestly, if they don't break 3-3 and I wait until the third heart trick to lose it, then I'm in trouble. I'm automatically down, because whoever wins that third heart trick is going to get another heart trick. So what I'm going to do is lead a heart, and I'm going to give it to them. And it feels funny when you do that. You're in a slam and you're only on the second trick. What are they going to lead back? The worst thing, if East leads back a spade, boy, that solves all your problems there. You get the spade finesses covered. So they're not going to do that. They probably, well, it's not very tempting to lead a club back either. I don't know. It looks like my safest lead might be a diamond. So I'll lead a diamond back, and we'll see how that goes. So at this point, we're going to test out the spades. I'm going to play the high card from the short side. I mean the hearts. We're going to test out the hearts. I'm going to win the king of hearts. I'm going to see. It looks good so far. Everybody followed to the second trick, and then everybody follows to the third trick. And sure enough, I no longer need the spade finesse. Now, the interesting thing about this play is that the hearts breaking 3-3 is a lower probability than the spade finesse. A 3-3 break in the hearts is about a 40% chance, roughly. The spade finesse is 50-50. So it seems like the obvious thing to try for is the higher probability, the spades. But when you have this situation like this, you get to do both. And you can actually test the hearts. And if they fail, then you can go back and try the spade finesse. If the hearts were 4-2, then you can try the spade finesse, and if it works, you're golden. Is that clear? Any questions about this hand? Let's see. Was this the? Yeah, this
Makes
was the
sense
cover.
now that I see it.
Now that you see it, I understand. Hindsight is perfect in bridge. It's great. Okay. All right, let's close this one out. Let's go to the next one. Number 6, East. Now, this is a kind of an unconventional no trump hand, but if you stay within, if you only color within the lines on no trump, you're going to miss some opportunities here. This hand has 16 high card points, and you have this really bad long club suit. It's not a perfectly balanced hand, it's a semi-balanced hand, but this is a hand where your best bet is to open 1 no trump. Let me see what people did on this. How many got to 3 no trump? 1 no. Okay. One of the reasons that you open this hand 1 no trump is that you don't want to miss out on a game if partner has 8 or 9 points. If you open it 1 club, if it goes 1 club and then partner either says 1 diamond or 1 no trump, maybe, yeah. Let me see. How many played it in no trump by West? Nobody. Okay, so everybody's bidding 1 diamond with that hand. one club, pass one diamond, pass what? Two clubs? I'm not sure. Do I really want to bid this lousy club suit twice? Uh, I understand that. The problem with opening this hand one club is that you have a really difficult rebid. If you say one no trump on your second bid, you are underbidding the hand by quite a bit. You're telling partner that you had a balanced hand that was not strong enough to open one no trump. And that's not true. They're not going to find the fact that you're possibly in game. And God forbid you should jump to two no trump, because now you're showing an 18 or 19 point hand. So one of the reasons to open one no trump with this hand in East is that you don't have a problem on your second bid. And so if you do open it one no trump, West has a pretty good two no trump bid. You've got 8 high card points. You can give yourself one for the 5th diamond, and then a partner will accept that invitation, or should accept that invitation, and bid 3 no trump. And it's too bad none of you got to it, but the 3 no trump is there. The opening lead's probably going to be the Jack of Hearts. And when we count our winners, we have 2 spades, 3 hearts, that's 5, 2 diamonds, that's 7. We only need 2 more tricks. And interestingly enough, the place to get those tricks is the club suit. Since we have 8 of them, there's the odds are in our favor for getting at least, they're in our favor for getting 3 more club tricks. But even if the clubs were divided 4-1, we'd get 2. And we only need 2 more to make the contract. So anytime you have to lose tricks in no trump in order to establish winners, you got to lose them right away. So if you got to start playing the clubs, and the nice thing is that they can't really hurt you if you keep playing the clubs. The interesting thing here is that on the second club trick, North, they've got winning clubs. They can't lead hearts back to their partner, so they can't knock out your last heart stopper. So they have to lead something else back. They might think, oh, I'll take my queen of clubs. That just helps you out. Maybe I'll switch to the spades, or maybe the diamonds are a better place to go. But when they look at the dummy and they see the ace jack of diamonds there, that should put that thought out of their mind. Their best return is really the spade. And if that's the case, we still have the chance to knock out that last club trick. And now, as you can see, let's see, we've lost 3 tricks, and whatever they return, we've got a spade, a heart, 2 diamonds, and these 3 clubs are good. So you end up making 4. Just curiously, I want to see the Traveler again, and those who played it, okay, 1 no making 3, that's good. But the others who played in 1 no did not get those over tricks, so they were probably scared of touching that club suit. This is why a long suit, even when you have none of the honors, that can be your best source of tricks. Any comments or questions about this hand? Did I kind of nail it on the head with what you tried to do?
It's a hand with 2 doubletons considered balanced.
It's the official word is semi-balanced, and in modern bridge, when you're two doubletons, I hesitate to do it when my 2 doubletons are both of the majors, but the perfect hand, for instance, is a hand where you have 4 cards in a major and 5 cards in a minor, and 2 doubletons in the other 2 suits. That's the perfect hand to open 1 no instead of opening the minor. Occasionally you'll get lucky and you'll find the 4-4 fit in the major that you have, but don't be too shy about opening hands that are semi-balanced 1 no trump. It's okay to break that rule every once in a while. The time when I break it is when I open one of a suit is when I have a clear rebid. With a hand like this, if I open it 1 club and partner says 1 spade, yeah, what's my second bid? Actually, after any bid by partner, what's my second bid? It's a difficult problem. But if you can see your second bid when you make your first one, then do that. If not, consider the one no trump bid. You get to describe the hand all at once in one bid. Okay,
Thank you.
let's go to board number 8. Let me close this too. West opens 2 no, East bids 3 no. It should be pretty straightforward auction. Anybody do anything differently? Let's look at the Traveler. Everybody played in 3 no by West. One played in 3 hearts, but 3 no by West is the place to be. Now, how are we going to make it? As it stands, you've got very few winners. The opening lead is probably going to be the Queen of Diamonds. It's the top of a sequence. What's interesting about this hand, diamonds, well, no, it's not a bid suit, but it's when you have 2 long suits, 2 4-card suits, in an auction like this, you tend to favor the majors, because after a no trump bid on your right and the player on your left doesn't bid Stamen or doesn't do a transfer, then you know that they don't have a 4-card major, and perhaps the spade lead would be the place to go. But in this case, the diamonds are actually a better lead. They're equal length, and the power of this Queen Jack 10 sequence is pretty strong. So that's kind of where you want to go. Now, on that Queen lead, we have 2 tricks in spades, 1 trick in hearts, that's 3. 2 tricks in diamonds, that's 5. 1 trick in clubs is 6. We've got to get 3 more tricks, and the obvious place to get them is in this club suit. This may look like a finesse to you, but you don't play it that way. Yes, there's an ace queen, but honestly, all you really want to do is knock out the king and set up these cards for winners. So let's talk about how to play this hand. Win the first trick in your hand with the ace of diamonds. Little tip: when you're the declarer and you have equal honors, play the top one. It helps to hide where the king is. It makes it harder for North to figure out whether declarer has the king or their partner has the king. And when you've done that, the first thing to do is to immediately set up the clubs. Now, here's where some savvy defense comes into play. On the second club, it's a really good idea for South to not take their king. It's possible that partner has the last. If declarer has 1 more club, it's not going to make any difference. But if declarer is out of clubs, then they've got an entry problem, because they only have 1 obvious entry to get to the dummy, and that's the ace of spades. So not winning the king of clubs really gives declarer a bad problem. And solving that problem for declarer is kind of tough, because they know that they've got to get to the clubs, they've got to get to the dummy, they've got to play the clubs 1 more time to knock out the king, and then they've got to get to the dummy again so they can claim those club tricks and make the contract. Well, your only hope is that the spade finesse works and that you can win a trick with the jack of spades. And you really have no choice but to try that immediately on this trick. Not that one. Back up. Play the jack here, and it wins, and you're in luck, because now you can play the jack of clubs, drive out the king of clubs, and luckily the 9 falls too, but that doesn't matter. These 2 clubs are now good. Let's say that South returns a heart. You get to win the ace, and now you can win the king of spades, the ace of spades, you can take your club winners, and then of course you get to lead back over to the king of diamonds, and that's 9 tricks, or 10 tricks rather. Making an over trick might do okay. Let's see. Yeah, got some people who made that over trick. Good for you. Any questions on this one? Okay. 9 was the last lesson board. Ah, good little bidding and play. Let me look at my notes here. Here's a good traditional balanced one no trump. No, nothing fancy about this one. One no trump. South, when your partner opens one no, you know you're going to game. What you're hoping for is to find a spade fit. So you'll make a Jacoby transfer bid of 2 hearts. Partner says, or you notify the opponents that this is actually a spade bid. And then your partner says 2 spades as ordered. Um, even with the doubleton spade, you have to do that because there's a chance that your partner has 6 spades and you're going to play there anywhere. I had a student ask me a question once. Is there a time when you should really refuse a transfer? Should I not bid spades because I don't have good spades? And I answered her, yes, there is one occasion where it's a good idea to refuse a transfer, and that's when you never want to play with this partner ever again. And so keep that in mind. Always accept the transfer, even if you think it's a lost cause. But so you bid 2 spades, and then partner says 3 no trump, which says they only started with 5 spades and not 6, and North has the chance then to pass out on the hand. The opening lead is
Hey, Mojo.
yeah.
Yeah, quick question. Do you bid 2 no trump or 3 no trump?
This hand 3 no. You've got 10 high card points on a 5 card spade suit. Definitely 3 no.
Okay.
2 no would be invitational. Partner could pass, and you don't want that to happen. As I say, and at any time when if you would be heartbroken if your partner passed the hand, then don't give him a chance. Just bid 3.
Got it. Thank you.
Sure. So the Jack of Diamonds is the lead. We have 2 diamond tricks, 3 heart tricks. That's 5. 1 club trick. That's 6. And that's it. We need 3 more tricks to make the contract. We're going to try and drive out the ace of spades. Our plan is to do that. And if you get a decent break, you can score 3 spades. We'll lose one of our spade honors to the ace, and then we'll have 2. And what we need is for the spades to break at least 4-2, no worse than 4-2, and we can get 3 tricks out of the spades. So I'm going to save this king of hearts in the dummy so I can use it to possibly get back to the spades. I know I've got the ace of diamonds there too, but I just, belt and suspenders kind of thing here. Win the ace of hearts, immediately start in on the spades. West may take their ace at this point. Could return hearts, but they've got another lead in the diamonds, in which case we can win the king of diamonds, and now we can work on those spades again. And there's good news here because both opponents followed on the second spade trick. They're not following on the third one, but that's fine. We can lose one more spade to the 10, and we're still fine. West can lead either a heart or a diamond or a club. West can lead anything they like. Let's say they lead a club. And we've got our 2 hearts and our spade tricks. There's our magic last spade that covers everything there. And the ace of diamonds, of course. And we've made 9 tricks. Won't get any more. We're leading the clubs from the dummy, and East will take those. But at least it makes the contract. And how do we all doing this? 3 no making, 3 no down 1, 3 no making, 3 no making. Good. A lot of you made that contract. Good job for you guys. Now, any questions on that before I go on to anything else? Okay. Let's see. Glenn, you wanted to talk about the bidding on hand 2? Let's look at this. The dealer's East. You have 5 diamonds and 5 spades. 12 high card points, maybe 14 total. 5-5, we always start with 1 spade, which makes South a little bit giddy, holding the ace, queen, jack in the spade suit. What's South's bid? It's a pass. This is a hand where you don't want to say anything. You just want to pass smoothly and wait for them to get too high and then maybe double them. And in
Why,
fact,
hey
huh?
Mojo, why would, if you're sitting south with all those points, why wouldn't you bid one no trump saying
I
I've got
might.
spades
You,
covered?
you might, but yeah, they're not vulnerable and you are vulnerable. Maybe that's a good idea to bid one no trump. Um, yeah, why not? Let's bid one no trump. 6, 7, 8. Okay, partner has 8 points. If you do bid one no, West is going to bid 2 spades anyway. And what's partner going to say after that? Hard to say, right? 1 spade, 1 no trump, 2 spades. I don't know. They'd love to know if you had a 4-card heart suit, but if you're bidding no trump and not doubling, you probably don't have a 4-card heart suit. But I've got 7 points and a good club suit that might be good for making 3 no trump. Um, the problem is that if you invite no trump with this hand, um, do I still have? No, I don't still have my travelers open. If you invite no trump with this hand, will it make 2 no trump? 1, 2. Let's see. We've got three tricks in hearts, at least 2 tricks in spades. That's 5. The club finesse kind of works. You have to do it twice, and you're really short on entries. Yeah, you got the queen of hearts for an entry, so you might do okay in 2 or 3 no trump. How did it work out for you? Tell me what you did.
So I bid, so East started with one spade. I was sitting south. I did one no trump.
Mm-hmm.
West did two spades.
Mm-hmm.
North doubled.
Meaning hearts?
I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
Um,
you hadn't agreed on what that would be. Okay.
East bid three
They wanted you to
spades.
bid hearts is what was going on.
Yeah. East bid three spades.
And
I
now
had
you can double
South
for penalty.
doubled.
Yeah, of course.
And then North went back to four hearts. We
Oh
went,
no, 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 no.
yep, it was ugly.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 spades doubled would have been great. Yeah, that's too bad. That's unlucky. Yeah, they're double in that. Yeah, you can't really double for that. Yeah.
So do you
Okay.
just with North do they just bid two clubs or sorry, would they bid three clubs? That's awful high.
Well, 3 clubs is going to be it's going to be a drop dead. They just want to play in clubs. They don't want you play fooling around in no trump. So, um it's not statement or anything.
Right.
There's no way to do that. Um I no I mean, after the double and the 3 spade bid and your double, they should leave your double in. But that's hard to know. Um, it's scary when partner doubles and you're not sure if you can help them out or not. But holding that ace of clubs is awfully nice. And given that they've got some defense, I'm content to let partner double them for penalty because it looks like it'll be profitable for us. So
Okay.
let's look at 5. You asked about the defense on that one. Um, so let me look at the bidding. I don't have any records for it. So this looks like a pass. What did we have here? 10, 11, 12. A 20-point hand. Looks like a 2 no trump. Is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay. Pass, 3 no trump. Well, 3 clubs. Pass, 3 diamonds. Pass, 3 no trump. Right? Stamen looking for a 4-card spade fit. What'd you lead? Or were you in South?
I was south. I led the Jack of Clubs.
That would be my choice as well. It's going to be hard to get back to you more than once. And with Declare holding 3 club tricks, it's not going to work out. Do you have any better choices? Let me look and see. The diamond finesse is on, but they have a hard time repeating it. They can repeat it once. No, okay, let's say if you lead the Jack of clubs. Oh, I don't have an auction set, so I can't play the hand. If you lead the Jack of clubs, if declarer wins in their hand with the king. No, win in the dummy with the ace, win in the dummy with the ace, lead the 10 of diamonds, let it ride, and it wins. And then South shows out. And now you just have to keep going. The 7 of diamonds, win, any diamond, the 8. You have to burn the Queen of Hearts to get back to the dummy. Play the 4 of diamonds, and that wins. But you can only get 4 diamond tricks. Let's see, 4 diamonds, 3 clubs. A heart is 8. I don't know. Their 9th trick is hard to come by. They can set it up in the spades. Any specific questions? What happened at your table? You thinking you could defend it better or something?
So they made 2 over tricks. We did not defend well on that one.
Okay.
But yeah, you can, I mean, you use the queen jack to knock out the king ace, and then you've got your
spades.
Then you got 3 yeah.
Yeah, you got 2 spades and those diamonds that you can get. Yeah, it's a pretty good hand for East West. You probably, I don't think you necessarily did anything wrong. He just played it well.
Okay.
I've got to take off. You can always reach me, Mojo at PasadenaBridgeClub.com. Let me put that in the chat. You can drop me a note here. Let me stop the share. I'll get to the chat over here. Mojo at Pasadena Bridge Club. And I love bridge questions. Drop me a note, a hand record, whatever. And thank you all for being here. I'll be here next Tuesday, by the way. I'm filling in for Linda. Glad to spend time with you guys. So good night.
Thank you, Mojo.
Thank you, Glenn.